Hey everybody, good morning. Here at 88 store. I was kind of hoping they're going to be open by 8, but I guess not. So gut hook is wrong. I should have grabbed something for breakfast tomorrow and maybe some additional snacks last night. Totally forgot to. That's all right. I might just have ramen for breakfast tomorrow. It's cool. So yeah, that's about it right now. Going to meet up with a guy named Todd. He's a fellow YouTuber, and going to meet up with him tomorrow and cruise into Palatka, do a little resupply, and then we're going to hike out to the rice shelter and camp out overnight and just have some fun. So where he's going to pick me up, rice shelter is only like 3 miles north of where he's picking me up. So we might get to rice shelter from a different direction. So I might miss out on those 3 miles, but I'm not too terribly concerned about that. That's fine. Big thing for today is got like a 14-mile water carry. I guess there are some spots in between, but they don't look too good. That's all right. We'll make it work. I just grabbed like an extra liter, just to be safe. But hopefully today it actually just got done with a little rain shower. But hopefully today will be cool and overcast. Heard a rumor it's supposed to get cold tonight, but we'll see. Nothing we're not used to. So I'm at the Lake Delancey campground, and this is like really freaking weird, man. So the bathrooms are locked up. This place is empty. You still have plenty of like picnic benches everywhere, and there's trash can, bear-proof trash cans everywhere. But you can see like the fencing and stuff like that is falling down a bit. It's neglected. Yeah, what the hell? Did they just like give up on this place? So Lake Delancey is over there, I don't know, maybe about 500 yards or so. But from what I've been reading, it's like you have no access to the water. You gotta like wade through mud and shit to get to it. Yeah, really weird that, I don't know, maybe it just wasn't bringing in the revenue worth keeping it open. Huh. It's kind of weird considering like Juniper Prairie campground. That place was freaking packed on a Friday. I couldn't find a bench to sit down at. Yeah, and here it is, it's the weekend and there's nobody out here. Weird. It's like a ghost town for a campground. Speaking of kind of weird, so last night I got to go back to 88 store again. It's supposed to be a convenience store with a pub. The convenience store had like a couple racks of like snacks, like chips and shit, and they did have like a little bit of like camping food and not much. And by that I mean like a can of Spam or tuna packets or something like that. Then they had a cooler that had drinks and beer in it, but it was a freaking bar. But as soon as I got there, this one woman, Melissa, total freaking sweetheart, immediately took care of me. She's like, "Hey, what do you need?" And I said, "Well, I'd like a tent here, a shower, laundry." She's like, "Not a problem. We'll take care of all of that. We'll get you all rung up and everything." She's like, "Do you want a beer?" And I was like, "Hell yes." I walked 20 miles for that beer. Hell yeah, I wanted one. And yeah, nice cold mug, and that was gone like that. But yeah, and like draft beers are like $2. So yeah, took care of me and everything. And early on, it was kind of like an older crowd in there. It looked like a husband, wife, stuff like that. Definitely older than me, late 60s, early 70s kind of stuff. But as the night progressed, the crowd definitely got younger. So and they're doing like karaoke in there too. So I stepped out of there. I've like went in, I'd get like a beer, and then I'd leave and go back to where my tent was, or sit in the laundry room waiting for my clothes to get done. I was not going to hang out in there, and not saying that it was like a rough crowd or anything. I just wasn't going to put myself into that sort of predicament where, you know, beer's flowing, stuff like that. You know, hiker trash, you dude from Colorado, you know, a bunch of local guys, stuff like that. So I figured the smart thing to do was just to bow out. I'm sure I could have stayed in there and there wouldn't have been an issue. But I think the smarter thing was just to eliminate any possibility of anything happening. But, you know, other than that, you know, and it's not like anybody made like any overt gestures towards me or said anything that would make me think that was going to happen. Been around the sun a few times. I know it can happen when you get beers flowing. It's just how it is. Yeah, we're going to chill out here for a little bit. Got some good miles in already. And, yeah. Oh, at the same time, don't think I'm bashing on 88 store. Like I said, really nice folks there. All the wait staff and the people working there were very nice. The people, you know, they're patronizing there were nice folks. Didn't have any problems with any of them. And by no means am I saying don't stop in there if you're going through this area. Definitely stop in there. But just use common sense. All right, cruising right along, about a mile and a half to the Rodman Recreation area. They've got, you know, benches and stuff like that there, so I'm going to stop, and I think you've got water spigots. So I'm going to stop and take a break, because I only got 4 miles after that, and that's going to be our stopping point for the day. So we might hang out at Rodman for a bit of time. And that'll give me tomorrow 8 miles to the highway where Todd will pick me up and get in and get some town food, do a resupply, and then that night 3 of us will hike out to the rice shelter and yeah, hang out there for the night. So tomorrow's not going to be like huge miles. It's not going to be like a total Nero, but not going to be huge miles. But it'll be cool to hang out with him and his fiance, and yeah, just have some fun, man. Sitting around, a couple of freaking YouTube weenies shooting the shit. All right, let's get the pack on and get going. All right, right now this levee walk is a million times better than anything previous. Look at that down there. There's a trail right along the canal. Wonder if we're going to end up down on that. But yeah. Oh man, compared to the ones that we had leading up to Okeechobee and then going around Okeechobee, my God, so much better. Loving it. Loving it. So the trail took us a little bit closer to the canal. This has been great back here. This really has, and there's plenty of camping all along here. Fantastic. I've noticed too, back a little bit up on the embankment, areas where you got piles of freshwater mussel shells. No, that's none there. Yeah, there's some. So you see stuff like this. The only thing I can think is otters. Unless there's a bird that does that. Yeah, that would be my guess, would be otters. So I think we're like half mile out from the stopping point. Going under this bridge here. Fortunately, it's kind of noisy. Because this is, I mean, it's great camping all around here. And the water's right there, so, I mean, you've got access to it. Yeah, this has been, as I'm tripping over stuff, this has been fun. Just beautiful. Kind of makes me, again, wish I brought a fishing rod. Freaking kicking myself. Absolutely kicking myself. Trash out here. All right, you guys know by now how much I love these meals. So I've been kind of like holding off on this one. And I was going to eat it with tortillas, but I ended up using tortillas for lunch. But this is a chicken and steak fajita in a bag with beans, rice, and I can't read that. It's kind of worn off. That's kind of what it looks like. It's got corn in there and different vegetables and all. Oh my God, is it freaking good. Holy cow. It's so hard to pick a favorite one. All these meals are just so damn good. It's hard to pick a favorite one. Wow. Crushing it, man. Those guys are crushing it. Yeah, Trailbound. Got to check them out. Got to get with those guys and see what they got available. Oh, it's so good.